La pròxima xerrada serà per Christian Wagner, que ens parlarà d'informació a la societat, publicitat o informació. Thank you.
Muchas gracias por invitarme a Barcelona, pero para mí es más fácil hablar en inglés también y por eso voy a continuar en inglés. Sí, gracias. Until now, within the two recent presentations, we heard a lot about the process of developing new medicines, and now we will come to the next step when the drugs are already on the market, when they are sold here in Europe or also in developing countries. And here's a very important point of information about the drugs, or as we will also see, the marketing, the promotion of drugs that is mainly done by the industry. So what is in the interest of society? Where is the conflict between publicity, marketing, and information? So drug information is very important because of mainly three reasons. First, you have to choose the right treatment. For example, if you have some illness, you have a very bad headache, so you have to think what would be the best to do. I can take some medicine. You have different medicines to choose, or you can also say, okay, I will take a half day off and go to bed and relax. So that's one decision. You need some information to do the right right decision for the right treatment. This is a very simple example, but for example, from medical doctors, they have to do much more difficult decisions to choose the right treatment, maybe to choose the right drug, but also to choose a non-drug treatment. So for this decision, you need the right information. Then, if you decide to take a medicine, you have to choose. Often, you can choose between different type of medicines. For example, you are a mother and your baby has fever, so it's quite ill. So you go to the pharmacy and say, okay, I would like to have some pill for bringing down the fever of my baby. So what would be the best one? Can I take aspirin or shall I take a paracetamol? There are different reasons to make the right choice. So for this, you need good information. Also very important is you need good and the right information for finishing the treatment in the right manner. One example, if you treat a disease with antibiotics, if you stop the treatment too early, then the disease can come back again, and then maybe that the bacilla causing the disease, they get resistant against this treatment. So if you know that starting an antibiotic treatment should be brought to the end, you need this information to take the drug in the right way. So these are some examples why it's very important to have good information about drugs and good information about other treatments. So let's check this with one example. So this is an advertising from Thailand. So do you have any idea what this advertising might be for? Viagra, absolutely, perfect. So that's a very good example how good marketing works. Even if we can't read the letters, we all know what's about. And that's a global marketing campaign. So the translation of this letters means, whenever we make love, I feel proud. So do you think this is a good information for consumers? Good information. What should be the criteria for good information? Good information should inform about the benefit and the risk of a treatment. Every benefit might bring something good, but also might bring some harm. And it should compare the risk and the benefit. Maybe for one drug, the risk is higher. For another drug, the risk is lower. So you should know that. Then you should compare different treatments, and also not only different drugs, also include non-drug treatments. Of course, the information should be easy to understand. So in Germany, every drug has a long leaflet with information, but many studies show that most patients don't understand what's written in. So that doesn't make sense. The information should be based on actual scientific data, and it should be independent. We heard a lot about the influence of industry on clinical studies, and also there's a lot of influence, bias on the information that is given. If you select only the good information you give to the people, that's not very, very good. So you should also inform about the risk of treatments. So it's important to understand, is this a good information or not? You should know who gave me this information. If it's information given by the industry, you should be careful because the industry has an interest in selling their medicine to you. So now we will go to different kind of medicines, different target groups. We will have a look for marketing for consumers, what are the special things, and then marketing for professionals. And also different kind of drugs. Drugs that can be sold without prescription and drugs that can only be sold with prescription. We will see where are the problems with this different kind of products, target groups, and informations. So let's start with the so-called over-the-counter products, OTC products, they are mainly called. They are mainly used for self-medication. That means people often, if they feel ill but not very, very much ill, they don't go to the doctor. They go to a pharmacy, say, I would like to get that or that pill, or they go to a drugstore or somewhere else. So people help themselves. So information is very important for that. Self-medication, over-the-counter products often are consumed without professional consultation. Sometimes in a pharmacy you should get some professional consultation. Sometimes you do, sometimes not. The situation in developing countries is, in this point, very different to the situation here. So what you see here, that's a photo from Mali. That's a street salesman. He's selling different drugs on the street. That's his pharmacy he's carrying. And so there's a very unregulated market of drugs. Also, you can get prescription drugs there. And also, it's quite common if you buy some cheap drugs and then your disease is cured, then, you have 10 pills left. You sell them to friends or you give them to others where you think they might also be very helpful for them. So that's this kind of uncontrolled market. And I would say in Europe, the OTC products, over-the-counter treatments, is also kind of uncontrolled market because normally you have no professional consultation. One example how harmful this product and the advertising might be. This is a product from the German company Bayer. It's one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies. This is called Bayer tonic, this bottle. Tonics are very typical for India. Many people like to take them. Tonics are taken to make stronger, to make you much more fit. And Bayer tonic is promoted as an appetite stimulant. It contains liver extract, yeast, and 10% alcohol. This is mainly promoted for children to make them better at school. Your parents are advised to give this treatment to the children 3 times a day. So imagine you give your 8-year-old child 3 times a day a small glass of alcohol. The consequence for cirrhosis of liver, for example, that's very bad. So this is a product from a German company produced exclusively for India and very heavily promoted. And the bottle costs about 60 rupees. That's the average income for 1 day of work. And here we showed for the same amount of money, for 60 rupees, you can buy eggs, wheat, vegetable, a lot of things that would be much better for your child than giving them alcohol.